What's up, my dudes? Injuries in Supercross 4. Yes, this is actually a thing, apparently. I know it sounds crazy. So, I just got into the career mode of this game. This is like, haven't even ran one race in it here. But I did see a couple videos with the injury thing. I had a couple people comment on some videos talking about it. So this is a only in career mode thing if I'm not mistaken. But you can see right here, there's like this skill tree where you have like physical resistance. You can see down here it says reduces abilities penalty during an injury. So not only do you have injuries, but now you've got like skill trees that play along into the injury system of the game. I don't really even know how it works, but I was going to go in here and just, let's see how this thing goes. Let's try to crash on purpose and see what it does. I'm just curious about it, right? I just had to make a video on this because, you know, first injury system ever in a motocross game ever, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty damn sure. So just letting you know, we are on stock 250, not modified. I got the local, you know, Yamaha shop hooked me up with a stock bike. Don't have enough money for parts, so we're out here. Yeah, just wanted to let you know. This is my first time ever riding with a stock bike in this game too, so this will be a little interesting. I don't even know like what the difficulty is set on or anything here, but I just had to hop in here and see what this whole injury system was, right? Had to do it. Let's see. So this has got to be a 250, right? This bike don't feel too bad. Like, this bike don't feel too bad at all. I thought this bike was actually going to be quite a bit slower. And, you know, not having like all of the chassis, you know, adjustments to the bike and everything. I really thought this bike was going to feel a lot more stiff and slower, but it's actually not that bad, which is a good thing in my opinion. I hate whenever they make such a gap between like how it is in there when you first get in there on a non-modified stock bike to like a fully modified, fully attributed, you know, scrub skill and everything. It's just stupid when it's like you got to play the game for, you know, 200 hours before you even experience the full physics system of the game. I think that's really stupid. Like, I hated how they did that in Alive. Oh, some of you Alive fanboys are gonna, you know, get all mad in the comments. Oh, Spencer's stepping on Alive's toes. We can't let him do it. We can't let him do it. But you guys know what I'm talking about. That very final skill that you unlocked in Alive, you know, the scrub skill, that's just stupid, man. Like, you know, it's okay to have a little bit of progression with, like, the bike and skills or whatever. That's cool and all, but, like, you don't want to make it where it's, like, the very final unlock of a certain thing in a game is, like, this humongous, you know, element to the... Whoops. I don't even know what I just did. You know, you don't want to make something where it's like you can't even experience the full physics system of the game until you put in, like, you know, go all the way through the campaign and do, like, a bunch of shit in the game. And you don't want to make that big of a gap because then there's going to be so many people that don't even experience your full physics system of your game because you put it behind too much of a gameplay wall. You know what I mean? But let's try to purposely wreck here. Let's just see what... Let's try to lay it over in the corner. See, okay, that's going to be a little more tricky than I thought. Let's try to just crash like this. All right. Ooh. Am I, like, slower because of that? Let me turn my HUD on. Hang on, hang on. Let's get the HUD on. Let's just get it all back on. I don't really like the actions and maneuvers here, but let's see, let's see. Okay. So maybe this will tell us we're injured or something. I don't even know how this thing works. I really don't know. Let's crash again and see what it does here. Let me try to like wad my shit up. Can you just crash so hard that it just totally takes you out of the race? Like, I don't know Let's crash again. Broke my back. Broke my back. Okay. So I wonder if it just like slows you down. Like, does it just make the bike slower? Do you have to crash a lot before it? I don't know how this shit works. I really don't know how this works. Let me try to crash again. Wadded my titties again. Let's see. I'm just going to keep on crashing here. It does weirdly kind of feel like the bike is like slower. I don't know if that's just me, but like it really surprised me that they have any kind of feature like this in an arcade motocross game. This is something you would expect more out of a simulator, you know. Do I have to actually like finish the race before it tells me that I injured myself, or like I don't know. I just don't know how this thing works. I'm a little dumbfounded here. I guess I'll figure it out as I go. Let's see. Let's try to wreck again. Just make sure we're doing enough. Because, you know, it may be one of those things where you got to wreck like a stupendous amount of times before it does anything. You know what I'm saying? It may kind of be like that. Okay, wrecking again. Then that would lead you to believe, is there like, can you wreck and bend your handlebars? Can you do things to the bike? You know, versus just doing things to injure the rider himself? I don't know. Let's try to crash again. Okay, we've crashed about 7 times here. So let's see what we got. There's another one. We are like really going to have to go to the hospital after this one. Neck broke, back broke. My neck, my back. Oh my gosh. I do feel like the bike is like getting stiffer and slower though. Is that just me? Is that just me thinking it's doing that? I don't know. That could all be in my head. That 100% could all be in my head right now. It's definitely not saying that I've injured myself or anything. Let's just stop you. Let's Axel Hod just stop you the whole fucking rhythm here. But yeah, I just had to come in here and check out this specific feature of this game because this is just like next level shit. Really surprised they have anything like this in a milestone game for damn sure. Let's see. Well, I am the literal stoppy king. Okay. I don't know. Is the bike getting slower? Is it not? Let's just auger that shit into the ground. Does wearing a neck brace prevent you from having more injuries? Asking for a friend. Oh, that slow-mo shit. Let's crash again. I'm just going to do it over and over and over, see what the hell it does. Is it like something where you're just slowed down for... Dude, you know what would be badass? Is if you crashed, like if you crashed hard enough and hit your head, it was like something on the screen, you know, like a visual effect that made it kind of like, almost like you were drunk on the screen or whatever, like you're concussed, you know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to control the bike and tell what you're doing. That'd be cool if it was that way, even in like single player, even in time trial. They definitely should have this, you know, an injury element to not just the career mode, but also single player and multiplayer and stuff like that. And like if you hit your arm, then maybe the bike will start pulling a certain way, you know, because you fractured your arm or something, or like, you know, maybe you wreck to a point to where you damage the bike, and then if you wreck enough times, the bike just quits, or the rider is so injured that he just can't go on anymore. You know, there's like so many different things they could do with this, but I just don't know how it works. I don't know like what, I don't know if it's just like is it going to tell me that I injured myself? Like, I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Let's see. I just don't know how this works. Am I even in the right damn... Yeah, here we go. You suffered a very serious injury during the last race. You can heal immediately if you have the necessary credits, or at any time before a race using the specific navigation bar. Performance will be reduced for 3 weeks until you heal it. We're definitely not going to heal the injury. So, like, let me figure this out here. So what did it actually do, though? That's what I'm curious about. Like, what did the injury system actually do? That's what I'm still confused on. I just don't know. Did it, like, slow me down? Did it make my cornering slower? Did it, like, mess up my maneuvering? Standings, race options. Oh, there's the... Oh, what the heck? Why was my physics on that? I guess I have to come in here and actually adjust that in here. My bad. I had my physics on, like, basic there. You know, obviously I don't have it on that in the single player. I forgot that you had to come in here and actually adjust this inside of this menu here as well. Joint brakes on, manual, rider weight, advanced physics. Okay, make sure we got our physics on point. Standings. Okay. I just don't know, like, it says heel injury. So I think what we have going on here, if I'm not mistaken, I think the way that this kind of works is like if you injure yourself and you don't heal yourself, it's kind of like it takes away your skill tree perks in a sense. You know what I'm saying? I kind of feel like that's what it does. Definitely let me know down in the comments, but that's kind of what I could take out of it after just sort of looking at it, you know, some of the wordage inside of the career menus and stuff like that. It's about the most I can take out of it. That dude just yeeted right there, Doug. That's the most I can take out of it. I don't like, and I think that's why I'm not really noticing a whole lot, because I just started the career, so I don't have a lot of those little skill tree perks like corner faster, whip harder, you know, lean more, whatever all those little perks are, right? I don't even have any of them yet. So, you know, it's almost like even when I'm injured, it can't really take away anything because I don't have anything. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think that it just, like, whenever you go in there with a totally stock bike and, like, you just getting in there, you don't have any sort of perks, you've not progressed your skill tree or anything like that. I don't think whenever you, like, injure yourself, it does something to you on the bike, really. Like, if it does anything, it's doing something very, very slight. Like, almost to the point where it's not even noticeable. That's kind of what, like half the time I can't even tell it's really doing anything. And the other half the time I'm, like, having to sit here and wonder if I'm just tricking my mind into thinking that it's, you know, doing something on the bike when I injure myself and it's actually not. I don't know. I can't really tell. But from the looks of the menus and stuff like that, that's what it kind of looks like to me. It just kind of looks like it is, you know, kind of affects your skill tree perks in a certain way or something like that. Like you may, like, let's say you've got every skill tree perk maxed out or whatever, then if you get injured, it basically just takes away those skill tree perks, right? So I kind of think that's the vibe that it is, but I'm not exactly sure. Be sure and look down below in the comments. I'm sure somebody will kind of answer, you know, exactly what this does, but I've just not played enough through the campaign here, and it doesn't really explain it to a level to where I can really figure out what it's doing. But I promise you, it's not like you crash and then, oh my God, you can barely control the bike. It's not really like that. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to make that clear. Even though there is an injury system in this game, it's not like what some people might think of or some people might imagine when they first hear those words. You know what I'm saying? So either way, cool that Milestone's doing this. I hope they progress it into more in the future and progress it into having it in single player and not just being a career mode only type thing. I want to see this in single player and multiplayer and do more stuff to you on the bike depending on how you injure yourself and, you know, bike malfunctions if you crash the bike and bending handlebars and, you know, stuff like that would be super cool. So either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.